Hello there, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Logical NDE, where we bring you intriguing stories of near-death experiences that people from all over the world share with us. If you are new to the channel, we'd like to tell you that our videos contain conversations about real-life near-death experiences for all those who are on a quest to unveil the reality of the afterlife. As for our regular viewers, please sit back and enjoy today's episode. Today's story comes from Dr. Eben Alexander, an academic neurosurgeon for over 25 years, including 15 years at the Brigham and Women's Hospital, Children's Hospital, and Harvard Medical School in Boston. The story begins from a time when he contracted bacterial meningitis from a very virulent strain of E. coli and slipped into a deep coma. After a week in a profound coma, his physicians estimated that his chances of survival were far below 10%, with the proviso that, should he survive, he would spend the remainder of his life in a nursing facility. Not only did he make a complete and miraculous recovery, but he also described an extremely intense and profound near-death experience that occurred during the period of his coma, when his brain's neocortex was entirely shut down. Without a brain that could function, and according to a materialist perspective of science, most definitely without a brain that could manifest his experience, he was essentially dead. In his capacity as a neurosurgeon, he had heard patient accounts of their own NDEs, which he had casually disregarded as hallucinations. He had never taken the time to consider or investigate what his patients had described, or what it may signify. Like many other scientific skeptics, I refused to even analyze the facts pertinent to the problems underlying these incidents, he wrote in his book he published after waking up from the coma. Because of my narrow perspective, I made assumptions about the information and the people who provided it. I had no idea how such things might actually occur. Despite the enormous evidence to the contrary, those who claim there is no proof of phenomena suggestive of extended consciousness are intentionally ignorant. Without considering the facts, they think they already know the truth. Since his near-death encounter, Alexander has taken a slight detour to investigate what philosopher David Chalmers refers to as the hard problem of consciousness, which essentially asks whether consciousness is something that is created by the brain, or if we are spiritual beings experiencing a physical existence with the brain acting more as a filter. The science underlying it all is thoroughly explored in Alexander's newest, even more fascinating book, Living in a Mindful Universe, along with discussions of everything from where the brain stores memories, hint, nobody knows, to what the other side might be able to teach us about our reality today. Let us continue this story in Dr. Alexander's own words. At 4:30 a.m. on November 10, 2008, I suddenly became very ill with acute bacterial meningoencephalitis. Within 4 hours, I was deep in coma. I spent the next 7 days comatose, on a ventilator. Bacterial meningitis with such a rapid decline in neurologic function conferred a 90% mortality rate, as assessed at the time of my initial ER evaluation, but my prospects for survival rapidly worsened. My physicians at Lynchburg General Hospital in Virginia were shocked to find that I had acquired spontaneous E. coli meningitis, which has less than a 1 in 10 million annual incidence. They were aided by experts at the University of Virginia, Duke, Massachusetts General Hospital, and beyond in their efforts to find a cause and force the turnaround in what at first seemed to be an irreversible death spiral as I failed to respond to triple antibiotics. According to the documents, I was brought to the emergency room unresponsive with signs of a bacterial infection, and he was diagnosed with a mild brain damage that quickly turned into a serious brain injury over the course of the following few hours. My cerebral cortex's grooves and the membranes surrounding it were both enlarged with pus-filled liquid, according to brain scans, which compressed the cortical tissue. A bacterial infection caused by an organism that causes adult meningitis very seldom, and when it occurs, almost always results in death or in persistent neurological abnormalities, was detected in my cerebrospinal fluid by a laboratory analysis. I would have said nothing if someone had asked me before I fell into a coma how much a person would remember after such a severe case of meningitis. And I would have been secretly thinking that no one would ever recover from such a condition, at least not to the point of being able to talk about their memories. You can only imagine my amazement when I woke up from a profound coma and remembered an extensive and rich adventure that was more than 20,000 words long by the time. I had written it all down in the 6 weeks that followed my discharge from the hospital. My meningoencephalitis had been so bad that I had no remembrance of my life prior to going into a coma at all, including any language skills or understanding of people or the cosmos. A powerful spiritual experience that transported me beyond time and space to what appeared to be the beginning of all existence took place amid that scorched earth intensity. Enjoying the story so far? Take a moment to make sure that you subscribe to our channel to avail more such stories that we regularly post in here so that you never miss them. Don't forget to like, share and drop a comment down below as well. Let's now continue with our story. The recollections of my NDE started in a crude, unresponsive, primitive realm from which I was delivered by a portal up into a rich and ultra-real realm that was gently spinning clear white light accompanied by a melodic melody. The Gateway Valley was full of earthly and spiritual sights, including thriving plant life, waterfalls into sparkling pools, thousands of beings dancing below with great joy, all fueled by swooping golden orbs in the sky above, angelic choirs emitting chants that thundered through my awareness, and a pretty girl on a butterfly wing who proved to be crucial to my understanding of the universe months later. Another gateway to higher realms was opened by the chants and hymns coming from those angelic choirs, and eventually I was brought into the core, an endless void of pitch blackness that was bursting with the limitless healing power of the all-loving deity at the source, who some might refer to as God. The term God seemed too small, too human, and too burdened to adequately capture the strength, majesty, and wonder I had just experienced. The sound I remembered from that dimension, as the resonance within eternity and infinity, led me to initially refer to that deity as Om. The higher dimensional multiverse was condensed into a complicated oversphere, which was used to advance some of the deeper lessons, and many lessons were taught in that core world. My concept of everything, including gravity, mass, energy, information, causation, soul travel, the afterlife, reincarnation, meaning and purpose, took on remarkable relationships that I am only now starting to grasp. Given the length and severity of my meningoencephalitis, I repeatedly cycled through those spiritual realms from the lowest grounds all the way back to the core, providing a rich spiritual voyage that absolutely defies any traditional scientific comprehension. Because of the extensive damage to my neocortex, my brain was unable to produce any hallucination, dream, or psychic drug effects in light of those physiological truths. My coma gave me a lot to learn. Near-death experiences and associated mystical states of awareness, first and foremost, disclose fundamental truths about the essence of existence. Many in the traditional scientific community find it convenient to simply dismiss them as hallucinations, but this only serves to divert them from the deeper truth these experiences are communicating to us. The traditional reductive materialist, physicalist model, which is widely accepted in the scientific community, is fundamentally faulty. It makes the assumptions that consciousness is created by the physical brain and that human existence is limited to the period from birth to death. That physicalist worldview fundamentally rejects consciousness, which in my opinion is the foundation of all existence. The scientific community is rapidly becoming enlightened about the mind-brain interaction and our comprehension of the very nature of reality, and NDEs like mine serve as the tip of the spear in this process. Never again will the world be the same. That's all for today, folks. What did this experience of a renowned brain surgeon make you feel like? What do you think about NDEs now? Do leave a comment. On that note, we hope that you thoroughly enjoyed today's episode with us. To share your thoughts regarding this latest video, do comment down below and let us know your valuable feedback. You can also support our channel by clicking the subscribe button and turning on your notifications so that you never miss an update from us. Until next time, stay blessed.